Rather with Common Man and Company.
Brought to you by my friend Dick Masheter Ford.
Special guest for Would You Rather this week. That is Haskins, Mr. Belding.
I would rather be here with you guys. Does that count? Is that how it works? Is that the game?
How it works. That is how it works. Yeah. Would you rather be in hell or hang out with us?
Hey,
that's right.
Well, no, wait. Let me think about that one.
Some people think it's the same thing. Mr. Belding's going to be over at Huntington Park tonight, so stop by and see him with the Clippers, and they can follow you on Twitter, right? It's at Mr. Belding. Right?
At MR Belding. Well, I had it as Dennis Haskins, and then we were putting out a karaoke CD. I'm sure you guys all have a copy.
Oh, yeah, two of them.
Yeah. Well, you're the only two. And they said, let's just change it to Mr. Belding. And you know what? People really embrace the fact that I'm okay with being Mr. Belding for the
I was
going to
ask you about that now. Like when you're at the grocery store and you're buying tomatoes and someone says, hey, Mr. Belding, if you're having a bad day, do you just want to bludgeon them to death?
No.
No? You just embrace it all the time?
Well, there was one. No, seriously, it's you can either embrace it or run from it. And why would you run from it? There's a lot of love out there. My Twitter has blown up more for this event in this city than any other city I've been to in the United States.
The people of Columbus are excited
I mean,
about
it's
it.
wonderful. I was here about, 12, 13, 14 years ago with Mario and Dustin at Ohio State doing a speech thing. And I got to tell you guys, this is one of my favorites. I get chills thinking about it, swear to God.
All right.
So Mario and Dustin weren't really getting along for some reason, and I asked the advisor, I said, there's 1,500 people out there. I said, is there anything I can do that will get people fired up or whatever? She said, just say OH. I said, what? She said,
that's all you got to do.
She said, just say OH. I said, so Dustin and Mario or whatever, they're bickering. I said, guys, hold on. I have something. I go to the audience and I said, this lady just told me that if I say something for you guys, you'll understand what it means. And I'm not sure what this is, but can I try it? And they go, yeah. And I went, OH, 1,500 people as one stood up and gave me back I-O, and we pounded it out 3 times. Bum, 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 bum. It's one of the most exciting things I've ever seen in my entire life. It was Pavlovian.
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
Next time you're anywhere in these fair states or across the world,
I do.
Yell out an OH and you'll get an IO back.
I tweeted it. I put, and by the way, OH, and I got back all these IOs.
Yeah.
I tell this story all the time. Many years ago, I was in Paris on top of the Eiffel Tower, and I threw out an OH on the top of the Eiffel Tower, and I got a response back.
Did you really?
I did. Anywhere you go in this world, because the alumni base is so large, too. Every big city in the country and even in the world has a certain population of Ohio State alums.
Yeah, unbelievable. So I've been very excited about coming back here. I'm really looking forward to seeing people tonight, and there's a little moisture out there, but so what? California sunshine.
What do they have you doing out there tonight? You throwing out first pitch?
I think I'm going to try to get the ball to the catcher.
Don't bounce it. You going to throw from the mound?
No, just in front of the mound. I'll tell you my bouncing story. So I'm down in Fort Myers, Florida, and I always forget this guy's name. He's a Hall of Famer. He played with Robert Yount and Paul Molitor.
Yeah.
Paul Molitor's down there, developmental stuff, and I was nervous, and so I bounced it, and I said, "Give me the ball back," and I threw it again. And it was a strike. Right. I'm coming off the field. Paul Molitor, Hall of Fame, says to me, "Life's about second chances, son." Come on! If I hadn't bounced it, I'd have never gotten an attaboy from Paul Molitor.
You should have said, "I know that. I was the principal at Bayside High."
I put the POW in Principal, man.
That's right, and you have radio experience because you did radio during your time at Bayside High, right?
That's right.
Oh my God.
Oh, you don't know who we walked into. This guy over here, Pork Chop over there, our meat product producer.
Oh, yeah, we got Pork Chop, we got T-Bone. Just call me Ribeye.
There you go. He has seen every episode of Saved by the Bell like 8 times. So, and
he's not alone.
I know.
It's unbelievable. Every episode is rerun at least 100 times. I mean, it's unbelievable.
No, but I was concerned about him with you today because I thought you were going to you're going to blow on the rape whistle when he walked over by you because
you have a rape whistle?
Well, I hope you do when you're around him.
Everybody should.
Just because he was going to accost you when you walked in here today.
So it's Pork Chop, right?
Yeah.
Pork Chop just for you. Bell, 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 da ding, da dong, ding. Bell, 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 da ding, da dong, ding.
That's
bell,
wonderful.
Ding.
That's beautiful.
That's from the Bopper days. Come on. No, I can't stand being called Mr. Belding. I just do Bopper imitations when I'm asked,
We'll take some Would You Rathers. You can direct them at Mr. Belding, or if not, he'll just judge how good your Would You Rather is.
Or Dennis has. See, I'm afraid you're beginning to believe that Mr. Belding is real. And I just want to make sure you know.
Don't dash our memories.
All right, never mind. Okay, all right. I'll call you Zach, and I'll call you Screech.
That's fine. Scott, you're on the fan. Hello, Scott.
Hey, what is going on here?
There you go. That's my classics. And how are you, man?
All right. Would you rather punch Jeff Parker in the face, who broke up Kelly and Zach, Craig Strand, who tried to break up Zach and Stacey Croce, or Johnny Dakota just because he's a douchebag and tried to get everyone smoking pot?
Already the D-bag word is on the air, ladies and gentlemen. I have to tell you, I don't punch anybody, but the first one was monumental in the history of the show when Kelly kissed somebody else.
Scandalous.
It was unbelievable. And the Johnny Dakota episode was with a guy named Eddie Garcia, who was actually dating Tiffany at the time. And I just saw Eddie for the first time in like 15 years, and it was great. He and Chris Judd do a lot of choreography. He was the main dancer in Michael Jackson's whole troupe and choreography and all that kind of stuff.
Learned something
many years, yeah. So
6 Degrees of Saved by the Bell, probably more interesting than when they do with Kevin Bacon, I would guess.
It's been done. I can get down to 2 degrees and it's done. Game's over.
Ben, you're on the fan. Hello, Ben.
My principle.
Love it.
If you had to go back and start a new season of Saved by the Bell, we'll call it the Lost Years, would you rather have as your new star, new heartthrob, Johnny Cash Money Manziel, or Tim, sorry, Kelly, I'm saving myself, Tebow?
I don't get the hate for Tebow. I don't get it. I mean,
you're talking to the wrong guy over here because I love here's
him.
What it is. Tebow has done probably nothing. Probably we assume allegedly nothing wrong. We assume nothing wrong. Allegedly nothing wrong.
You think he's got dead hookers in his closet?
Nobody can be that perfect.
Well, they're not dead.
Nobody
he just keeps them there.
Mario Lopez is not that perfect, right? Nobody is that perfect as Tebow.
I'm not that perfect.
If Tebow is that perfect, then he is sent from heaven. But I just don't think he is.
I think you got to go with Johnny Manziel because we haven't seen what he's going to do yet, but we know that the whole Tebow thing didn't play out. But the guy won. He took him to the point. I mean,
he's a winner.
He won, but there's something.
But Johnny Manziel equals ratings, though.
Oh, right now he does, yeah.
David, you're on the fan. Hello, David.
Yes, Mr. Belding. Would you rather have Zach Morris's tickets to the Whitesnake concert, or would you rather have Zach Morris's tickets to the Mets-Dodgers game, knowing full well you'll miss a day of school at Bayside?
Wow.
Whitesnake?
See, here's what you guys some of you don't know about me. I was actually in the music business back in the 70s. I road managed a tour with Greg Allman, promoted concerts, so I'd take the Whitesnake tickets.
I had no idea you were the bopper.
I'd take the Whitesnake tickets.
There you go.
Yeah. But the baseball thing is tempting. Rick Honeycutt's a friend of mine, but he's from the same hometown, the pitching coach for the Dodgers, so I can pretty much go when I want. But
there you go.
Yeah.
It pays to have friends in high places.
Hey, or low places like Garza.
Jimmy, you're on the fan. Go ahead, Jimmy.
My guy.
Hated it.
Would you rather see the Browns go to a playoff game this year and lose in the first round, or would you rather see Buffalo get the worst record, followed by Cleveland with the second worst record, in which we would get number 1 and number 2 draft pick next year?
T-Bone, take it.
I want the Browns to make the playoffs.
Somebody has way too much time on their hands to be thinking of this one.
This entire show is someone's got way too much time on their hands.
Well, you guys were worried that people weren't going to call in and talk about Saved by the Bell. Wrong one. I would love to see the Browns win.
That's a great answer.
I would love to see the Browns win. And
I'm with you.
And by the way, and I'll just get real for a second, I'm going to be in Buffalo in a couple weekends because it's Jim Kelly's golf tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And
right.
Jim is in bad shape.
Yeah.
All the prayers you guys can put out. He found out he had cancer last year. He had part of his jaw removed. Thought he was okay. And now it's back, and he's back in the hospital. But he's doing okay. He's getting radiation and chemo and stuff. Please put him in your prayers.
Yeah, when's that? A couple weeks you're going to be out there?
Yeah, I'll be there the first weekend of June.
Do you have a football team?
No, I'm so lucky to know a lot of the different guys. Listen, you're not going to like this, but I know right away you're not going to like this.
It's all right.
But Tony Romo's a friend of mine.
That's all right.
So I pull for Tony, and because of that, I know some of the other guys on the team, and it's kind of like the Cleveland mentality. You get close the way he's playing lately, and then something goes wrong.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, he's a great guy with a lot of skills, but anyway. So I go. I dive. What do you call it? I digress.
Matt, you're on the fan. Hello, Matt.
Hey guys, this is for Mike and T-Bone, real quick question.
Yeah.
Who do you want as OSU's next president? Jim Tressel or Gordon Gee back?
I'll go back with Gordo. Too fresh. The wounds are too fresh.
Gordon Gee is still, just from the comedy aspect, Tress isn't going to give us anything to make fun of. Gordon Gee would still give us plenty of humor.
You guys had pained expressions on your faces when he asked that question.
We were thinking about it.
We took that seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What is that song? Oh, yeah. You need to put that on a cart. Oh, yeah.
Mike, you're on the fan. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, would you rather have to watch Elizabeth Berkley's Showgirls on a continuous loop while holding the hand of your mother-in-law, or run your hand through Mario Lopez's 90s-era mullet in the middle of Ohio Stadium during the OSU-Michigan game?
I would like to do that. Yeah. That's not a punishment.
Who wouldn't want to run their hand through the mullet? I bet that's a finely coiffed mullet there.
You know, back in the day, we didn't know the Jerry curls were a bad thing. We didn't know, what that was. Now Mario's kind of like, can we move on to the 2000s or whatever?
I'm sure back in the day when that movie came out, you got a lot of questions about that movie.
And I've yet to answer one. I got called by all these entertainment magazines and everybody that never called me in the world because they wanted me to crush Elizabeth, and I just wouldn't do it. She, actress, made a choice. Whatever happened. She's moved on. Been on Broadway 3 times. What's on CSI Miami? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
She's had a pretty nice career.
But I get it, caller. I get the question, okay? I know where you're going with this. And by the way, I'm here because I'm doing the Clippers game tonight.
That's right. Mike, you're on the fan. Go ahead, Mike.
Would you rather have Johnny Manziel lead the Browns to the Super Bowl only to lose, or have the Blue Jackets make it to the Stanley Cup Finals only to lose in 7?
That's you, buddy.
Jackets in the Stanley Cup Finals? This is, right here, this city, that would be fantastic. As much as getting to a Super Bowl would mean something, the Browns don't win it. I don't know what that does for the franchise. Jackets in this town getting to Stanley Cup Finals, I can't pass that up.
Can I just say something, you guys? A lot of these Browns questions end in heartbreak.
Well, that's the history of the franchise.
I'm just saying.
These people are all alcoholics. They don't have anything.
Speak for
They're brownaholics. They're brownaholics.
Pick a winner.
For me, I'm going to have to go with, I think the Ben question about who would have gotten more chicks at Bayside with Tebow or Manziel, who'd be the better student to have. I think that's a good one.
Let's give it to Ben. Ben gets a pair of Rock on the Range tickets. Now 3 full days, May 16th through the 18th, featuring Guns N' Roses, Kid Rock, and more. Go to rockontherange.com for tickets. Dennis, good to see you.
Hey, you too. This is fun. Are we done?
Tonight, we're done.
We're done?
We're done.
This is like...
We got to get you to the park on time.
It's like cotton candy, man. You eat it and it's gone.
You hope it's gone.
That's the new slogan for the show. Thank you for that.
Just don't bounce it.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. I've been doing minor league baseball for 7 years, like 70 ballparks. I love minor league baseball. The teams take care of the fans. It's a lot of fun. I think they're going to have like 7,000 to 9,000 out tonight.
You ever been to see the
come have fun.
Fort Wayne Tin Caps? That's a good team right there.
I have Fort Wayne stories for you, but we'll do that off the air.
Back page coming up. Common Man and Company.